Hello student, I am Dr. Satish Chavan, Associate Professor, Chemistry Department, RNC Arts, JDB Commerce and NSC Science College, Nasik Road, Nasik. Let us start our journey towards the TYBSc Industrial Chemistry course of Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Today we will start the chapter number 1, Modern Approach to the Chemical Industry, from the Industrial Chemistry course. In this video, we will learn some basic concepts in chemical industry process and the processes in the chemical industry. The basic requirements of the chemical industries. The chemical industries manufacture chemical products, and this manufacture of chemicals requires raw materials. These raw materials should be available nearby to the industry. So manufacture of chemical products require raw materials, and therefore it involves the various operations and processes. Let us consider how the chemical production of chemical product takes place. Let us start chemical production. Chemical production require raw material. Then it involves some unit processes. So unit processes involve the chemical changes. The raw materials are given physical treatment first, involving unit operations such as fluid flow, heat transfer, mixing, filtration, solvent extraction, etc. In the chemical reactor, the chemical treatment is given to the raw material. Chemical treatment is given to the raw material. So that is done in the unit processes. Suppose we are taking chemical A and reacting with the chemical B, it will give rise to the product P. Some chemical reaction will take place. That chemical reaction is called as the unit process. What is unit? The industry that is manufacturing a particular product, that is called as unit, and that unit process involves chemical reactions. When unit processes are done, it requires unit operations. The unit operations may be filtration, reaction, preparation, and all these things. Filtration, mixing, solvent extraction, these are the unit operation. Then after formation of the product should be of good quality. So for that, what is required is the quality control. So quality control is necessary. Then next is the process control. What is process control? We know that in the production of chemical production of the chemical, what is done? We react compound A with compound B, and we are getting the product P. That happens by certain chemical process. As we do in the practical process, such type of the chemical process is also employed in the chemical production of the product. So that involves control of temperature, control of pressure, control of rate of flow of reactant or chemical. So these are called as the process control. Heat should not be released too much. It should not be become too short. So this type of the controls, these are required. So that is done in the process control. And after that, during the production of chemicals, the three types of the pollutions, these are generally occur: air pollution, water pollution, and environmental pollution. So to control this type of the pollution, the pollution control unit is required in the industry. So during the chemical production, what are the requirements? The raw material, unit process, unit operations, quality control, process control, and pollution control. Our industry, that means suppose I am the industrialist and I am manufacturing some kind of product, it should not lead to the pollution. The pollution creates harm to the humanity. It causes some dangerous effects on surroundings. Surroundings means environment. So this type should not be happen. So what is required is pollution control is required. So these are the basic requirements of chemical industries. Let us consider the typical chemical process. So during the manufacturing of particular chemical, what is required? Starting material or raw material. The starting material can be the new material, or it may be the byproduct of other industry. Suppose I am the enterpriser of some paper industry or fermentation industry. The byproduct from sugar industry is my starting material or raw material. For example, suppose I am establishing the fermentation industry, the molasses, which is the byproduct of sugar industry, that will be my start material. Or I am running a paper industry, the bagasse from the sugar industry is my starting material or raw material. That means the raw materials can be the new material, or it can be the other material from the raw material from the other industries or byproduct of the raw industries. So this is the first step. What should require is we should require we will require the starting material or raw material for typical chemical process. Then next step is the physical treatment, that is the unit operation. The raw material obtained from market or from other industries require some physical treatment. Suppose the raw material is in the lump form or in the hard form. What we have to do is we have to crush it. So that is a physical treatment in which there is no any chemical reaction is involved. So that is the physical. So this type of the physical treatments we should have to give for the raw material that we have obtained from the other industries. Number 3 is the actual processing of the raw material. That means chemical reaction. Reaction of compound A with compound B. Both are the raw materials. These are obtained from the market or other dealers, or it is the raw material obtained from other industries. So where these two materials react with each other, giving rise to the product. So this is our unit process. So in so many types of the chemical reactions, these are considered as the unit processes. For example, alkylation, amination by ammonolysis, condensation, cracking, pyrolysis, dehydration, dehydrohalogenation, esterification, hydrolysis, nitration, neutralization, etc. and etc. These are the chemical treatment processes. So these are also called as the unit processes. After formation of the product, again we require physical treatment. Suppose we got some product after the completing reaction. What we have to do is we have to filter the product. So filtering the product is a physical treatment. This is again unit operation process. So just there is a we have to take the product, solid product, and we have to filter it. So what will happen? We will get the solid product on filter bed, and liquid, what is the residual liquid, that will go into the basin. So that is what the physical treatment. Suppose we have obtained it as a liquid product, what we have to do? We have to subject it for distillation, whether it is simple distillation or fractional distillation. So that is the physical treatment where there is no chemical reaction takes place, and after separating we will get the products separated, or after filtration we get product separated. So this is the physical treatment. After that, what do we get is final is the product. That product may be solid or liquid or maybe gas. This product should be pure or of good quality. So for this, what we have to do? We have to control all the parameters: temperature, pressure, etc. and etc. concentration, etc. So this is the typical chemical process by which we can manufacture the chemical product. From physical treatment, suppose there are some unreacted chemicals are there, and which can be again transferred back to the physical treatment, so that they are enter into the main cycle of process, and these are again converted into the product. So this is called as recycling of unconverted products. Now let us consider the basic requirements of the chemical industry. The basic requirement is the raw material. As I said, the raw material can be obtained from the market, readily available material, or it can be the byproduct of other industries. Suppose there are two types of the raw materials, natural raw material and second is raw material from the other industries. Natural raw material is the carbon compounds. These are obtained from the coal, animal material, vegetable material, mineral oil, natural gas, etc. Ammonia, benzene, phenol, water gas, silicon carbide, liquid fuels, etc. These are obtained from the coal. Then we can have peat, shale and petroleum and such other substances are obtained as a fuels. So these are all the natural raw materials. Then we can have another raw material is the hydrogen. Hydrogen is generally obtained from water by the electrolysis. Naphtha, from naphtha we can obtain hydrogen, natural gas and coal. Generally nitrogen is employed for the hydrogenation purpose. For example, conversion of oil into the वनस्पती घी किंवा डालडा म्हणतो आपण त्यासाठी. So that is hydrogen is required. So this is the natural raw material. Next is nitrogen and oxygen. They are obtained from air, which is the most common and widely used raw material for production of the chemical products. Then we have chlorine and NaOH. These raw materials are obtained from sodium chloride, which is in turn obtained from the sea or mines. Sulfur, phosphorus, chlorine, inorganic compounds, these are the natural raw materials. Again we have sodium. Let us consider the raw materials from other industries. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a raw material used for making soda, in the manufacture of aluminium and for making sodium hydroxide. The next raw material is the caustic soda. Caustic soda is the raw material used for in the preparation of soap. Then molasses. This is the raw material obtained from sugar industry, which is used for manufacture of ethyl alcohol. Then we have benzene. Benzene is the raw material used for the preparation of nitrobenzene, phenol, aniline, caprolactam, DDT and styrene. This is the byproduct of petroleum industry. Then we have petroleum fractions. These are the raw materials used in manufacture of polymer products such as plastic, synthetic fibers and rubber. We can have naphthalene from the petroleum products, non-edible linseed oil. This is also the cheaper raw material for the soap industry. Let us consider what is unit process. The process that involves conversion of raw material into products by chemical reaction, it is called as unit process. The commercialization of chemical reaction under such conditions which are proved to be economically profitable, that is called as unit process. A commercial production of chemical product is equal to, it is the function of chemical changes and physical changes. The concept of unit process can be used in controlling the chemical reactions which are used in chemical industries. Let us consider some unit processes and chemical industries using it. For example, amination by ammonolysis. So, in which ethylene dichloride is converted into ethylene diamine. Industry using is dyestuff, organic chemicals and synthetic fibers. Carboxylation, methyl alcohol is converted into acetic acid, organic chemical industry. Reduction, inorganic and organic chemical industry. Esterification, oils, fats, soap, organic chemical industry. Condensation, synthetic perfumes. Nitration, explosives and dyestuff, organic chemicals. So these are the some chemical reactions which are called as unit processes, and we have seen that which chemical industries these are using. What are unit operations? The operations that are carried out for designing a process involves an engineer's work with specific purpose with the help of special type of equipment in a chemical reaction is called as unit operation. The operations in which only the physical changes occur but no chemical change, that means no chemical reaction takes place, that is called as unit operation. Examples are evaporation, distillation, filtration, drying, size reduction, crystallization and so many. So unit operations are the processes related to the physical changes of the materials involved. In other words, no chemical reactions takes place in unit operations. Let us consider the process control. The control of variables such as temperature, concentration, pressure, time, flow rate of the reactant, etc. for getting desired product in an economic way is called as the process control. The process control involves three steps: analysis of the raw materials, whether material is pure or impure, so that is raw materials; analysis of the intermediate products during manufacturing. So during the reaction process, reactant A reacts with the reactant B, it may give rise to the intermediate I star, and after that it will give rise to the product P. So that intermediate I star, whether it is going in the right way or not, so that is called as, that is checked by process control unit. So that is the second one, analysis of the intermediate product during the manufacturing. Third is analysis of the finished product. After manufacturing the product is obtained in a good condition, in the pure form or not, that is checked, that is called as the process control. The analysis of raw material, intermediate product and finished product can be done by using analog instruments or digital instrument. In the old age, these analog instruments were used. Now analog instruments means we have a watch in our hand, and as we know how we read what is the time. So this type of the hands were there, and by using that reading we can know the results. So that is the analog. And digital instruments means we directly see the digits. what is the concentration, what is the pH, what is the temperature, direct we can see directly on the instrument. So that is called as the digital instrument.